Today I'm going to make a quick video covering some of the new equipment I have purchased for the channel in the past month or so, some of the new gear, some of the new kit. I often share with you some of my big purchases. You guys know, the big items like the microphone that I use, the camera I use, some of the audio server equipment that I've bought in the past. But I fail to mention a lot of the smaller purchases, the more peripheral purchases, because I'm constantly buying stuff and I don't mention it, but you guys often ask me in the comments of the shows, hey, what are you using for this? What are you using for that? And I want to answer a few of those questions. One of the more common ones that come up from time to time is, what do I use to capture my video? What do I use as a capture device? Those of you that have been following the channel for a long time know that about 2 years ago, I bought an Elgato Camlink. So Elgato Camlink, it's like a big oversized thumb drive. It plugs into a USB 3 port. In the back of it, it has a HDMI connection. And then you just plug in your camera to that HDMI port and boom, you can capture your DSLR camera, your mirrorless camera. In my case, I'm using a Panasonic G7 and it works flawlessly. I've used it for 2 years now. Recently, I bought a second capture device because I wanted a second one. That way, I've got the one here at the house plugged into my main machine, but if I wanted to go somewhere and also use a capture device, maybe with one of my laptops, I wanted to buy a second one, and I thought about buying a second Elgato Camlink because I really like it. But what I ended up doing is, by the way, the Elgato Camlink cost me about $100 when I bought it 2 years ago. The price right now on Amazon is $129.99. I'll link to all these products in the show description. But the second device I bought just about a month ago was a Magewell USB capture device. Again, USB 3.0 that has also a HDMI port. So you plug in the Magewell into USB, and then you plug your camera into the HDMI port on the Magewell. Now, the Magewell was nearly 3 times more expensive than the Elgato Camlink. It is $299. The reason I bought the Magewell was mainly because, again, I wanted to try out a different device, and Magewell has a very good reputation. It is one of the most well-respected brands of capture cards and capture devices on the market. Is it worth $300? I don't know. To be honest, for what I do, which is all I'm doing is capturing a camera, is there any difference between the $100 Camlink and the $300 Magewell? For me, I've never been able to tell a difference. Both work flawlessly. Now, if I was using them for what a lot of people use these capture devices for, which is to capture like a gaming console, streaming video, that may or may not make a difference. I don't know. Both of them, though, are USB 3. Both of them can capture video in 1920 by 1080 at 60 frames per second. Both of them can also capture audio if that's what you want to do with it, although I don't fool with capturing audio because I'm using different equipment to capture the audio. But for those of you that are first starting out doing YouTube and you need to capture your camera, your new DSLR camera, something from Canon or Panasonic or something like that, a Sony camera, and you need something that can capture HDMI output, honestly, I would just buy the $129 Camlink. It is by far the best value. That is the cheapest capture device probably on the market that you can use on Linux. $300 for the Magewell is actually a normal price for capture devices. That is about as cheap as you can get other than the Elgato Camlink. So unless you have $300 to $400 to spend, really the Camlink is about your only option. The next thing I wanted to discuss was a mic stand I bought a couple of weeks ago by Gator Frameworks. This is kind of a short mic stand with a heavy base. I've actually got it sitting right here next to me. As you can see, it's got this heavy cast iron pot metal base. I would say the bottom arm is about 12 inches and the top arm is adjustable, but it is about 18, maybe 24 inches. It is not a very big arm. It's perfect for sitting something on a desk or a table where you don't need but just a couple of feet to attach a microphone to something, or something right next to a chair, which is kind of what I've been using. I just sit it in front of my chair and I've got my blue amber attached to it. If I can put the microphone in view here. This particular stand cost about $40. Again, I bought it from Amazon. Here is a couple of quick pictures that I snapped. This is the framework stand sitting on my desk right beside me. Here is a view of it from the side. Again, got a weighted base, and it's a good heavy weighted base. Again, cast iron pot metal base. I'm sitting it on my glass desktop. That may seem a little strange, but it does have a little bit of a rubber padding up under the cast iron. Moving on to lighting, I recently purchased the Fovitec portable 2-light bicolor panel kit. Basically, these are LED lights, and it comes in a 2-pack, and it's kind of expensive. It's $300, but it is for 2. I bought these about a month ago. I had already had some umbrella lighting that I use on occasion, but I was looking for something a little different, and these LED lights are actually really neat. Here's a picture of one close up that I snapped right before I started recording. I don't have the second one out right now. I'm just using the one because I don't need that much lighting in this room. It's a very small room, and I got a lot of lighting on me also from the computer monitors that are right here in front of me. Here's another picture of the LEDs. You can see the LEDs come in 2 different colors. They come in the white color and then that yellowish kind of daylight color. And you can adjust them. There's a knob on the back of the Fovitec that allows you to adjust the color temperature to your liking. It's a really great product. I can't recommend this enough. It seems like most big YouTubers, at least when they're starting out especially, buy the Fovitec products here for these LED lights and stands, and I can see why. It's just a fantastic product, so highly recommended. And the last product that I want to discuss today is actually one that just got delivered to me this morning, and that is the Onstage Posi-Lock Mini Microphone Boom Arm. And what is this? Well, basically, this is a boom arm or swivel arm extension. So if I switch views here so you guys can see, I just got this, again, delivered this morning. You see it has this piece here, and this is what would screw on to your boom arm or your swivel arm. If I took my microphone off, you know, it would screw on in place of the microphone mount. And then I could put the microphone mount on this. It basically extends the arm actually about 7 inches. And you can see it is adjustable as far as the direction. It has a really nice kind of like a gear, almost a teeth set that locks it into place. I haven't tried it yet. I just got it out. You know what I think I will do for purposes of this video? I'm going to go ahead and attach it to the swivel arm, and let's see it in action. And this is me back now that I've attached the Onstage Posi-Lock Mini Microphone Boom Arm. Again, it adds 7 inches to my Rode PSA swivel arm. The swivel arm used to end here. Now I've got a lot more room. So I think I can find a use for this arm. Actually, I can find 2 uses for this arm. This swivel arm on my desk, my Rode PSA 1 swivel arm, which is a very nice swivel arm. And it's got some length to it, but I only have one spot on this very large L-shaped desk that I can mount that arm. And it just does get the microphone over to me. I can't go, 3 inches past where you typically see the microphone in front of me in my videos. So I wanted a little more flexibility. Can I bring it a little closer? Can I move it further away? Move it side to side? And this 7-inch extension really helps on the swivel arm. The other reason I bought this is because the table boom arm, the Gator Frameworks mini boom arm back there, is again a short boom arm. Works great on a desktop or a tabletop. Works great if it's sitting right in front of you and you're sitting in a low chair. But sometimes you need a few extra inches out of the Gator Frameworks stand as well. So originally when I bought this, I was going to buy 2, but I didn't want to buy 2 until I bought 1 just to check it out. But I can already tell you, I'm going to go ahead and buy a second one. This is a very sturdy mount. I love the gear framework. If you guys can see this, that little gear mechanism locks down very tight. It's got some teeth that interjoin where once you set it in place, that mini boom arm is not going to move at all. So that's just a few of the purchases I've made in the past 3 or 4 weeks. I just wanted to share with you guys. You guys often ask about equipment. And again, some of these purchases, some of them are big purchases like the Fovatech lights and the capture cards. But then, of course, these are minor purchases. I'm talking about with the floor mic stand and, of course, with this little mini mic boom arm extension that I bought. These are just a few bucks. And, you know, I think they're really neat products. And if you're interested in starting like your own YouTube channel or doing Twitch streaming or anything like that, you're going to run into a lot of the same problems that I've run into, and you're going to be looking for solutions to certain problems, and hopefully some of the products I showed you today help solve some of the problems you're going to run into. Now, before I go, I need to thank a few special people. This show was made possible by Ansem, Chris, Daniel, David, DJ Stallman, Donnie Dillon, George Haplow, Nate, Corbinian, Lambda, Liam Mitchell, Natek, Rob, Robert, Sean, and Willie. They are the producers of the show. These guys are my highest tiered patrons over on Patreon. Without these guys, these equipment purchases and this channel and this show would not be possible. Show's also brought to you by all those other names you see on the screen, all those fine ladies and gentlemen that help support the channel over on Patreon. If you'd like to support my work, please consider doing so. You'll find me at DistroTube over on Patreon. All right, guys. Peace.